called up to protect our existence. It's all crashing down and we are the resistance. My spaceship is a tank, also a gun. Never thought smashing rocks would be so much fun. Intelligence shows where they're gonna fall, so we race to the scene when we get the call. We arrive and the skies open up with fire. No time to sit back, no time to admire. Auto fire engaged, I go left and right. Between the meteors and me, I'm gonna win this fight. I had to dodge and go into hyperspace. My dread's torn up all over the place. Time for repairs, my friends are taking over. Put up the shield and call out the rover. We are the planet's last hope, we won't flee. These rocks won't stop, but either will we. Burning it, smash them all down.
He's got it on his back. Welcome, everybody. Wow, in case he's got about a million different versions of it.
It's signed by Carl.
And thanks to the Intellivision Gamer, I have this game complete in box. So,
and that's the rare slight color box change.
There she is, Electronite. Pretty awesome. Well, welcome, everyone. Sorry, that was my fault. I may or may not have went to the bathroom at the last moment. Emma, what is going on? Good to see you in here as always. Junebug in the house. PJ Smith, good to see you as always. Salvador, good evening. Pierre, what is going on? And Kurt Bradshaw is here. Salvador's just like Norm. Or Norm! I don't know if it was a Cheers reference or it was the Norm that I'm late. Anime Bailey in the house. What is going on? Hello, the Intellivision Gamer. Really been missing these streams. Yeah, well, we're bringing it back to the old school way. We're gonna do a lot more discussion. I think we've kind of played out the competition, watching everybody play games every week, which was fun. But we've really went through almost all the games, and I think anything left is kind of bottom of the barrel. And I'm excited to actually talk about some stuff, because we're going to talk about some new homebrews that popped up on Intellivision Collector that I've already purchased one. Ashcon, what's going on? Good to see you. 1-inch biceps in the house. I am catching up. I'm catching up, I think. Inti Lab over on Twitch. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. Indie Racing Nut, excuse me. Good, I'm thinking of Intellivision. Good early morning, Earthlings. Good to see you. All right, I think I'm finally caught up here. Guys, how's your week been?
Hey, it's been okay.
Is it getting cold where you guys are at? Well, I know it's not where the Intellivision Gamer is, because it's always warm there.
No, it was great here today.
We had about
60s. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Mid 70s.
Pete, what about you?
30s and 40s.
Yeah,
it was below freezing all morning. It was about -2 this morning. Like
we were in the 40s, and then we got into like I think their high today was like 50. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not bad yet. It'll get
maybe
cold.
But that was like mid-afternoon. Yeah, it's went back to ice cold again. I did some painting outside for a little bit, but yeah. But anyways, we're not here to talk about the weather. We're here to talk about Casey's amazing shirt and Papa Pete's amazing shirt and Jeff's TurboGrafx shirt. And look, I had to pull out the hoodie, the old Running Man hoodie, because it is cold. Ashcombe says 50 in Toronto.
Yeah, that's about the same here. I might have got up that warm here today. It was pretty breezy though and cold. So
yeah. But anyway, so I opened my Intellivision up today. Did I know what I was doing? Not really. I have no clue. I pushed some things, unplugged some things, plugged them back in, checked the capacitors. Everything fires up. Nothing's loose. I know there's something going on with that switch. I kind of removed the screws. All the solder joints and everything is working. I kind of put everything back together. I fired it up and it seems to be working. We are about to find out how long it'll work for, though.
What happened? Like, I didn't even know as of last week. When did this go on the Fritz over the weekend when you were streaming? Or
Yeah, like the last 3 times I streamed, what happens is it started where I really noticed it to where it was going to be a problem. I was doing that second run through a TNT Cowboy, and I got to the final boss, and then what happens is after it runs for maybe a half hour or so, maybe even, and then it became less after that because I started doing Shark the other day, and within I think 10-15 minutes it started doing this. The player one controller starts going wonky and starts like if you have a character on the screen, it just starts randomly moving around up or down, left. And I'm like, well, that's weird. And then all of a sudden the side buttons give out, and then the keypad gives out. And then you usually have a few more minutes on the player 2 keypad, and then that whole thing gives out. As it's still running and the game's still on. Like, so I don't get what that means. That has to be something, I'm guessing, power related, or because like after it sits and I put it back on, it's not the controllers. It's definitely not the controllers. It's not the LTO. It's not the games. It happened on every game. So we'll see. I'm like I said, I kind of pushed everything, and I've done this on pinballs and arcades before. You pull out the board, you kind of press on all the chips, make sure everything's locked down, all the little capacitors, So sometimes plugging stuff back in that may clean up a bad connection here and there. I don't know. But it seems like it does have a little cooling fan in there, which was pretty neat.
Yep.
I'd never seen one of those. It was glued in there. It was like about that big, but it's right over where everything gets super hot. So it was kind of a neat setup how they had that.
The one PJ sent you, right?
Yeah, this is the modded one PJ sent me. I've been using this for over a year now. I think about a year.
Well, you said fan that clicked in too because you thought the fan wasn't working in it for a while, right?
Well, what it was like the power switch, it was kind of had some play, and so I turned it on, and then when I'd let go, it would like go, and I touch it, and for a while I was wedging like a little piece of cardboard to kind of push the switch kind of sideways, and the fan would go full power then, and that's how you could tell because it was the fan. Right. 1 inch says the television 2 is the way to go. I'm eventually going to have to, once I can get some funds for it, which hopefully if I sell a game soon, an arcade, I may have to invest in just purchasing a second modded console. And then I need to send this one out to actually just be overhauled. Most likely get the new power switch put in because there's no way I'm doing it. That power switch, I'm used to like an arcade power switch where it's like 3 wires. This thing has got 6 terminals, and like I think all 6 got a wire on them. I don't know why. I'm like, it's just on off. So I don't know. Like I wish I knew more about electronics. I really don't.
I'm just about to send mine to Ivory Tower Customs. I got them in the box over there.
Yeah, that I'm gonna have to get the info from you because I think that's the guy that will fix stuff and go over stuff and.
Yeah, he does all of Atari Age for the booth, and then he did Steve Jones. He's about to do mine and a bunch more.
Cool, because I have like a couple 2609s. I might send him the one I started to do the mod because I got the mod kit in it. I might just have him finish it for me, and then I'm going to have him just go through my original console. Until then, I may use my flashback. For some reason, my Intellivision System 3 I hooked up and threw the LTO in and it wouldn't function at all. Like it came up, but nothing would work. So I don't know if that's a System 3 thing that it just doesn't work with the LTO or something, because I know that works perfect normally with any of the other cartridges. But yeah, it's been nuts. I agree, Salvador. Can we just get an Intellivision Plus like the Atari 2600 Plus? Yes. And I believe William was going to try to do that.
If only there was a large enough market for it, it would be awesome.
I think that's what it comes down to. As much as we love, and I absolutely love the Intellivision, it's almost blasphemous to say this, but Atari has a bigger fan base, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's hard to make something like that with a smaller base.
Yeah, I mean, could that sell maybe 2,000 to 3,000 units? Maybe. I think more people like, and I always go back to, I don't have it here anymore. It's up there. I always go back to the greatest hits on PC, and it's like 10 million units sold, but that's like game collections on a PC or an Xbox or something like that is way different selling than someone that like this community here and most of the people that watch the show that are physical game collectors and inbox game collectors and homebrew collectors, and just there's us. We're a rare breed. I'll say that, but I love it. But yeah, I do agree. I wish there was some sort of something that would work like that. I wonder if Phil has something like that in the works. A mini with a cartridge and SD slot would kick ass. Well, I do know that, I know that one of these companies wants to put out a collection, but the fact is it's just going to be another collection on a modern system. They need to come out with a USB and television controller. Just do a keypad, the classic, or do it kind of like that long play one that came out. That I think you got one, Casey, right? The yellow one. Or you're waiting?
I bought them. I don't have them yet.
But yeah, I would love to get a hold of one of those, because for like an action platformer, your side buttons are push buttons, and then you kind of got a D-pad. Or is the D-pad a 16, or is that just a 8-way?
It's not 16 on the long play.
Yeah, okay. So that's just an 8-way, I'm guessing, on the long play.
I would guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I just wish someone would just make something like basically either a wireless, like 8-bit dough or something. But like, once again, we go back to that. Who's really we're the audience, but we're not enough. There's not enough of us.
That's right.
So it needs someone in this community really needs to make like a Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi or a USB universal version of the Intellivision controller that will work with collections like this, instead of having to pull up, hit a shoulder button and pull up a keypad. I mean, we've been doing that since the Xbox, GameCube, and heck, I think the PlayStation, we've been doing that since, right? The PlayStation collection, I think that was the first modern collection.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Which, yeah, I got it up there. It had I think, I don't know, 20 games or 25 games or something.
And then came the Intellivision Lives, which went out for, PC first, and then, your Xbox, GameCube, PS2.
Yeah, I know they had the USB connectors for like the JZIN TV or like the computer emulation, but
yeah.
I'm talking about I'm just saying, I think for if it comes out on they do a new Switch collection, like BBG, what if they want to put out like a Switch collection of the original, Intellivision, like Intellivision Lives Part 2 or something. It's just, what does this say? I've discovered why no one is playing the new ASTROSMASHED online. Apparently we're about the only people to purchase this, so we have to go to lobby at a predetermined time. I'm down to do that if because I do have it on Switch, or no, I have ASTROSMASH on Xbox, and Shark I got on the Switch. But I'd be down to play with a group. We can always come up with a community time and post it, and go in there and be able to play with everyone. I think that'd be fun. Lance Jennings, what is going on, by the way?
Yeah,
hello. Good to see you, sir. Long play disc controller with the disc. It's 16 directions. You put the joystick, it's 8 directions.
I don't know how that would work.
Well, I know the one that Casey had for that was being worked on, the prototype, that is literally a 16 direction analog, right?
Yeah, that's 16 directions.
That would be cool. It's just, like you said, it's just that, kind of having everything all in one, including a keypad.
I can't remember how many directions this one I don't think is 16, but it still has the keypad, lets you use other joysticks.
Yeah, in most of them, to be honest, there's, I think mostly 8 directions. I believe stuff like golf, like a couple of the golf games, and then maybe bowling.
Baseball.
Yeah, a lot of those would be like a 16 direction, I think. But I guess it depends on how you play the games. Like for me, bowling, I'm always hitting 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then I adjust everything else with the ball placement in the circle and the bowler. So I can get around that, like Vectron, just Vectron, everyone.
Vectron.
Oh, Vectron! I see what you're saying. Vectron is meaning it needs the 16. I don't know. Maybe. I guess I got too much into it to realize if it needed 8 or 16. You know.
Well, it needs 16 because it only uses half them. The bottom side of the disc, the bottom hemisphere or whatever. Right?
Oh, okay. So that's.
But you don't fire up. You fire only side down, right? So there's a 16, 8 directions or 7 directions or 8 directions.
Andy says he's rewired original NES controllers to work with USB, so it's definitely possible. Yeah, you know, I mean, but you're looking at what is it, 11 or 12? Oh God, I hope this works when I fire it up. Yeah, you got 12 buttons, really 15 buttons in a 16 directional disc. It's a complicated one, and I understand why people haven't built something new for it, but. Yeah, there's a handful of NTV games that actually use the 16 directions.
I don't know if it works when you plug it into modern things, but this works in a PC. This Intellivision to USB. It was from, what is that website? Retro USB. They don't make it anymore, but it's long ago.
So can I ask? Well. Can I remember those? And I was gonna pick one of those because those works for. Was it they had a thing for a flashback and then one for the Intellivision 2?
Oh, this was way before any of that.
Oh, okay. So that's like this for the original
before 2010. Whenever I was playing online with David Harley and Sean, we were playing baseball and some other games.
Yeah.
Saver says, "Forget USB, Bluetooth." I think at this point, yeah, mine's like we got to get a company to do a Bluetooth, like a wireless one would even be better. That would and then it just hooks up to all the modern consoles. Lance says on Intellivisionaries, Keith Robinson had mentioned the cost to make a batch of individual flashback controllers shouldn't be hard to modify those for USB or make adapter. Well, the thing is on the PC, and correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a PC guy at all, isn't this just replicated with the number pad when you get the emulation on the PC? Isn't it just your number pad? I don't know if anybody plays on their PC in television games. Because if that's the case, then I understand the USB adapter like you showed. But I don't, to where it would work, it would just go, oh, this is the new controller because it's already configured for numbers. But for something like a Switch or an Xbox or a PlayStation 5, when you're playing with, when you have a setup like this, it's not noticing a keypad at all. So it's like, will the memory or the adapter go, oh, this is where all these buttons go, when they're not even on the controller, So that's, I guess, I'm stupid to that, so I don't know. It's more of a guy that knows how to program or, I guess, knows about button mapping or something.
I've never tried it, but I have a RetroPie with everything on it from that big Facebook group, and I use an Xbox controller, but I've never tried the Intellivision games. I wonder if that's 16, but you can't use an overlay though. But I don't know if it's 16 or 8.
I mean, even if it's 8, I'm more concerned on the how it configures the number pad. I think that's the main issue. I mean, but yeah, it obviously you want the disc to be correct as well, I guess. But I don't know.
I think they're all just set as buttons. Like if you had ABC, it's like. I don't think it's number pad, but I could be wrong.
I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, but set each button as a number. I guess it would have to be like 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess you could almost do it there.
IndieNet just type something.
My understanding is each keypad number sends a signal of different frequencies, voltages, so the number of pinouts is irrelevant. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I wish I knew more of that type of stuff. I'm more of just the fan that just goes, "Can we make this?" So I'm kind of stupid when it comes to that. I still want the IntelliStick and all that type of good stuff, but I know there's so much stuff. Like when it comes to like the hardware stuff, I think like that's such a small amount of people that it's hard for like the guy that makes those to kind of keep up with any type of demand. I think the game, believe it or not, I think the gaming, manufacturing the gaming is probably more easy than anything hardware related. AnyLab says, I know how the keypad works. There are 8 digital data pins. The keypad drops 2 bits, 1 for each row and 1 for the column. Okay. Speaking of columns, yeah, not really. It wasn't a great transition. But the Intellivision Collector, I was on there the other day. Let me see if I can find it. Wow. Why is my history erased it? Sure. Computer must have done an update or something. There it is. So I saw a game posted. Actually, there's a couple. There's the Pumpkin Trilogy now on IntellivisionCollector.com, complete in box. So that's all 3 of the Pumpkin games, minus the newer one that just came out. I think it came out this year, which was a Pumpkin Castle or something like that.
Castle, yeah.
Which I have not played. I'll have to look and see. I'm guessing that was an Atari Age release.
Yeah. Pumpkin Castle was, yeah. Halloween night.
There was one I could have swore that I guess it's not on the front. Let me hit Homebrews.
I'm sorry, I lost what you were saying. I missed it altogether, Chuck.
No, I'm just trying to find that new Homebrew that was listed besides Pumpkin Trilogy.
Oh.
Maybe it's sold out already.
Thunder Soldier?
Thank you. That's what it is. So Thunder Soldier.
It did. It sold out immediately on Collector before I could ever do a video.
It was limited.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it was
I don't even know if this is it kind of like it looked like a Russian attack or a Rambo or
yeah.
But it was so yeah, man.
Yeah. It's
cool.
It's a shooter. I've not played it much, to be quite honest, not at all.
But yeah, obviously I never have.
Yeah.
But I went on there and I charged one. It's like I gotta do it. Like I have to do it. And just because I didn't. That was one that I was like, oh, if there was anything that would come up, I would like to try that one. But yeah, I'm hoping. Luckily, I didn't realize there was so little left of that.
Yeah, well, there will be more, but that come up and it went really fast. But it'll come and go.
PJ says, I wish I could get a copy of Wizard of War. That is a great one too.
You can buy Wizard of War digital right from the Intellivision Collector, PJ. I mean, the hard copy or physical copy, maybe not right now, but there's very possible that they'll be available again too. They were available for so long, a real long time. I'm surprised there's still not some at Intellivision Collector, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that's I really, so speaking of games, anyways, this is another topic.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like homebrews, like, and obviously Pete, you and Casey have seen a lot over at Portland Retro and just how this community and you guys, talk a lot about the debuting of homebrews and from Television Revolution, Television Collector, Opcode, all that. When you see
doing that video for all the right, Casey, all those Television Revolution releases,
those big releases, right? And so like when you're seeing these come out or hearing about them for the first time, and then I want Jeff to ring in too, or his chair, either one, is if when you're looking at like these new games coming out, like what would be your favorite genre or what you'd like to see more of on the Intellivision? Mine would be, I love the space shooters. Like I think there needs to be more space shooters, and I know we do have these, but I think maybe an original platformer would be awesome as well. But I don't know. What are you guys thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Pete. Oh, I like to see original titles first,
Yeah.
But I don't mind a good, port of something that we don't have or haven't had.
Mhm.
But I always prefer original first, like, things like Show Must Go On,
Yeah.
like just something new. I like puzzle. I like a lot of different games, but I like to see something new. But I'm happy to get anything.
It's all right because a lot of people think all of a sudden, I want this game, I want that game, I want this game, and we saw that a lot with the Amico too back when it came out. He's like, I want this game on there, I want that game on there, I want this game on there, and it wasn't even in television games, right? It was everything under the book, and it was like, well, you can't do it all, but it's originality means so much, and that's what's kind of lacking. Is we're doing a lot of ports, and we're doing a lot of ports of obscure ports are kind of okay, because you could even say that the Show Must Go On, which is sort of everybody's saying how original it is because it's not something we played in television. Most people haven't played a game like that, but it is kind of a port of what's it called, Mr. Chin or something like that. Casey,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it's changed it all enough that it's good, and it's also an obscure port, not something that you've probably heard of. Like, let's have another. I love Space Invaders on television, but I'm just going to throw it out there just because it's a name everybody knows. Not another version of Space Invaders, not another version of Pac-Man. Something original. So I thought the Show Must Go On, like Casey said, is a great example of one, and so is Exor.
That was interesting.
Totally, man. Casey and I were when we were making that video, we went through all 10 games, right? And there's other things. Some of them are straight ports. Most of them are ports of something. Even Exor is a port of something. But it wasn't until after I got home that I really learned more about that game and appreciated the complexity of it. And it is a port, but it's a port from a 1987 Spectrum game. It's like, who the blazes even heard about that? It's fantastic. So I consider that kind of original. Yes, at least the idea came from way back. I'll say Cloudfire is kind of based on a port, but it's the most original thing we have. It's taken aspects of other games. I had the really conversation. Good. Yeah. I had something like Beachhead is a port.
But like a great obscure one, though. Yeah.
I said, we had a big conversation on the way down, and one of the games that I would like to see come to the Intellivision, and I think it can, is a C64 game, which I think we all know, Raid Over Moscow, right? Have you heard of that game, Raid Over Moscow? It's a great game.
I've heard of it. I don't know if I remember what it was all about, though.
It was the same era as Beachhead. In this one, you had to take the ships out of the hangar on the moon and take them to Earth and attack Moscow. And there was different stages where you did different things, from flying through a city, like the tanks of Beachhead, like working your way out of the hangars, like getting through the minefield and beach. And so he made the comment, well, it's just the same game over again. I said, well, when you think about it, platformer's a platformer. They're all kind of the same game over. A puzzle game, a maze game, they're all sort of the same thing, but they're still great games, and they aren't things that I don't know. I'm tired of arcade reproductions, ports. So I like the original games from some of the more obscure things from the past. I say not original games, the ports from more obscure things in the past, or games that are original. But it's awfully hard not to steal and I will use the word steal, little elements out of other games to make a game in this day and age.
Yeah, Lance says Super Pro one-player versions of classics. I don't mind those in like a ROM form, but like I don't know if I buy that in a box form, but but I would love to see a lot of that. Like he's saying, Sea Battle, that would be kind of neat.
Yep.
Raid on Bungling Bay C64 would be awesome.
Okay, let's talk about that a little bit more. Something that we all had in the last year or so, and Casey knows a lot about this too, because we did the video together on that too, is a Tron anthology. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now that isn't original. It's a hack, just like Lance saying, Super Pro version of the Tron games for the most part.
Yeah.
But it took a lot of the elements and it put elements into those games. I would say that all around made all three of those games, forget Adventures of Tron, it was what it was. But the other three games, it took elements of those games. And wouldn't you say it made them better, Casey?
Yeah, it really did. And I like the hacks as well. And I'll buy every one they put out. But it's harder to sell a hack and a CIB release when people can't buy all the games.
Yeah.
And I would, if I was not buying all of them, I would prefer originals, or games that I really wanted to play. But those Tron games, man, that thing's amazing.
And that they couldn't keep them in stock, right? They went immediately. They're gone. They had 10 more released. They had 10 more released by Intellivision collectors since we got back from PRGE, and they were sold in less than an hour.
Dang.
Okay, gone. And
I think they go for a large amount when someone puts one on eBay.
There's one sold yesterday for what, $140, right?
Yeah.
Somebody sold one on eBay, $140 already. This is a game that's been out for less than a year. Was it just this year? Yeah, it was just like April, right? Yes.
I lose track of that.
It is crazy, but I think it was just this April that it came out. But that sort of leads to the other thing is that I'll be debuting some videos, and it's going to take more than one. I've already had a couple. I've already had Super Pro Bomb Squad and Super Pro B-17 Bomber, but those games are now done. And there's going to be a package out of those from Intellivision. And Space Spartans is also done, and they are really good. And
So
that'll be out in the next few days. I'll have 3 or 4 videos out on those. So it's going to be
cool.
That's the Super Pro version, but it's it is not original. But these are, I love the way that David Harley takes games and makes great games even better. And
yeah, I would
right now. All 3 of these games are 3 of my favorite games in the system, especially Bomb Squad and B-17, and all 3 of them are significantly better.
Yeah, like Space Spartans, I really like, but it is difficult. And there's some frustrating aspects. So I'm very interested. Yeah. That's one of my favorite IntelliVoice games was the Space Spartan.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel the exact same way, Chuck. And he's done a fantastic job with it. It's going to be different. It's still going to be hard and challenging, but a lot of the different things, there's going to be some things added. And that's probably the next one I'll do. Because like I said, I did Bomb Squad and B-17 already, but I would say I did them at probably 50% stage of being completed. And they're done now. And Space Spartans, we decided I wouldn't do anything until I said, I'm going to wait until Space Spartans is all done to do it. Because I want to see what happens. And so that's another anthology that's going to be coming out in the new year, right?
Now, are those coming packaged together as an anthology?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you'll be able to get them digitally too, I'm sure. I'm just going to say that because all Intellivision games you've been able to buy digital or your physical. And something like that, like these are going to be some of my favorite games, and they're made even better. And I'd love to have that on my shelf, frankly.
Yeah, and I'm guessing I could be wrong, but I'm guessing if they're going to do that with the voice games, it's going to have that voice packaging.
So I don't like that,
maybe, and it would look good next to your other voice games.
I'm away from that part of it. Just so the games are done now, and then of course somebody will publish them, somebody will distribute them, and take care of that aspect of it. I don't know who for sure, but they're Intellivision games that he doesn't put out his own packaging anymore. So, but very, very I'm telling you right now, watch over the next week. I'm going to have 3 or 4 videos out on that, probably maybe 2 weeks, but I'm going to start. Good. I've got them all. I'm playing them. I'm recording them, and all the bug work is pretty much done on them. So.
PJ great. Says, do we know what the next round of Intellivoice games would have been if it had continued? I know it's
Carousel.
Oh, yeah.
What was the other one? There's one more there.
Lab just posted Magic Carousel, Quest, Space Shuttle.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Space Shuttle. And it's Space Shuttle didn't get anywhere.
What was Quest? I don't remember. Was it similar to like a Venture style, or?
I don't think it got anywhere either. It was just on the drawing board. I think it was even less far. I don't know. Hey, Texas Troy.
Welcome, by the way. It says, how hard is it to find an Intellivision that is compatible with modern televisions? Is it something that exists, or is it a niche market? Well, like I was just talking about mine. Well, we'll see if it fires up. I have a modded one because they have little mod kits to do RCA mods to them. And then what I do is I'll take, a capture card that there's a they call it an RCA to HDMI adapter, and then then run that through the capture card. So that's kind of and sometimes they'll do ones that have, I've seen some There's actually a couple on eBay right now, but they have some issues with them, so I don't know why they're asking so much for them, but because they're like almost $300. But they do S video coming out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just using the old school
or VCR to RCA.
Yep, that's what I'm using.
That's what Jeff does. So
yep, that's all I've got.
TJ.
Yeah, and the RF modulator. So I don't know if anyone's bought a recent new TV. There's no connectors like that. You can't. There's no coaxial. There's no so it doesn't matter what. It's only HDMI now. And there's usually only a couple HDMI slots. So that's the thing is either way, you're going to have to use one of those type of adapters either way. I have not yet seen an HDMI modded Intellivision, but I would love for someone, even if it's Retron or whatever, I would love to see a version of that. What is some of your favorite games, Jeff?
I'm trying to think right now. I know Thunder Castle I really like.
That is a good one.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get my list of games here. I'll get back to you on that one.
So, Jeff, what would you like to see made more for for the homebrews?
Well,
I was saying, I love the shooters, space shooters. I'm all on board, and a platformer or something like that.
Yeah, platformers and shooters are my two favorite. And there are what was it? Defender and was it Nova Blast that are horizontal shooters. I wouldn't mind seeing more stuff like that. I guess more like Nova Blast. I didn't like Defender as much, at least not on Intellivision anyway. Stuff like that, and any kind of platformer. But I like Pete, you guys said. I'd like to see some original stuff. Now, do you guys know? Do original games, homebrews, they sell as well as the ports, like arcade ports?
I believe they do.
Pretty much everything sells, doesn't it?
There's such
good.
Yeah. There's not much now that doesn't sell. I believe sales are down. I sincerely do believe sales are down because people don't buy as many copies or whatever as they used to, or there's so many more out there now because it was back when there was 5 games a year, people would buy every single one. There's 30 games a year. That's a lot of money. So
spreads us thin.
Yeah.
It's insane. There's no way I'll be able to catch up. I started doing it. I'm trying to think of the oldest one I have. Might be Ms. Pac-Man, or did I get something before that? Space Can't. We'll call it that. Ms. Pac, and I'm trying to think of the other older ones that I have. Go Sub, maybe Lost Caves, BC's Quest for Tires. I don't know. There's I started. What was I think 2014 or 2013 is probably when I knew there was stuff before that, because the thing I always talk about is Christmas Carol. I remember going, I want that for Christmas, and I went, whoa, $65. That's insane. What was I thinking, man? And now they're $400 and you can snag yourself a copy, or $300, or depending on who's selling. But yeah, that's kind of when I remember. I can't remember. Space cannot. Space, I cannot say that. This is a space I cannot say that. Yeah, Batman on Intellivision would be cool. Whoops. It skipped on me there. There we go. Batman on Intellivision. That would be kind of neat, as a side-scrolling, if you're talking about similar to the NES Batman, that later release. That was a really good game.
Another genre I like to see is puzzle games.
Yeah.
What was XOR? I mean, that was really cool looking.
Yeah, that's one I want to pick up eventually, because
awesome.
that's a really. I think. Well, I've never played anything like that, But when I first saw it, I was like, I don't get it, you know. And then I looked, and I was like, I think I was watching Pete's video, and I was like, oh man, oh okay, this is kind of neat. Like I kind of get it now.
Do you have that, Jeff?
No, I've never even heard of that.
That's a real nice puzzle game released last year at PRG from Blah Blah Wolf Wolf, same guy as Piggy Bank.
Oh wow, I've never seen that. That's awesome. Yeah, I love puzzle games on pretty much every platform, but I think it really, I think would fit well on Intellivision.
I don't think they're going to make any more of those either, are they, Casey? Because I know Luke sold a whole bunch for them.
I don't know. Jay's kind of been MIA for a while. He pops in and now and then, and there was supposed to be some new games coming, and there are still some coming from him. And he was trying to get them for PRGE, but they didn't make it.
Just didn't happen. Yeah.
So I would imagine they'd be coming at some point fairly soon.
Yeah, true. I'd love to see it again.
Yeah, and some of those new games, I was excited to play.
I really liked TNT Cowboy.
I need to get into that. Bomberman with
Yeah, Electro Knight, Kai Magazine. If you're listening, and whoever I forgot the programmer. Do another one of those. Do a TNT Cowboy 2, man. Like I absolutely loved it. You went into a village, you talked to people, you got a job, you picked up permits and power-ups and went and talked to the mayor and this guy, and then you went out on it was like a map screen, and it was Zelda Bomberman. It was awesome. I haven't got into deep into a long play game like that in a long time, and I really enjoyed that. It kind of surprised me because I went, oh, that's your little cowboy. That looks cool. I want to get that. But boy, that blew me away. And I went through that game twice. I absolutely love it.
I gotta play it because you look fun. I watched you play it quite a bit there, and it looks. I've not played it. I've never been a Bomberman guy though either.
Oh,
I just don't. I know Jeff gets upset when they say that, but someday he's gonna. He watched me one day. He taught me, sir. I watched a Bomberman video. He's tried to teach me. I get into it. I just not something I don't dislike it. I have seriously just never played enough of it. But the Oscar Albero, the other Oscar Chuck that programmed that, right?
Okay.
Oscar Albero as opposed to Oscar Toledo.
The other Oscar, he says.
The other Oscar, yeah.
No, that blew me away. Like I've never played
Thur, man. Sora Godland Thur, right?
Same guy. Yeah, right. That's another one that's insane. Yeah. Now that's a game where that long play controller would work perfect.
Yes, yeah.
Because in Sorrow, doing the jump in the sword, like when you're fighting those potatoes or whatever you want to call them, like those, I always call them the potatoes. They look like someone in a potato sack jumping around. But
hey, I just asked a really good question, though. I hate to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Asked, did he miss the live challenge? It's already 10 to 8.
Oh yeah, we probably should do it. Well, we're actually but we had a cool discussion. Isn't this more fun, folks? Yeah. than watching us stare at our videos?
That's so good.
Not that I was against that. I'm just saying it got old. Yes. Oh yeah. So PJ, this has happened to me before. Try take my money, please. Yeah, try like refreshing or like how you click on it. Just click, you might have to double or like press the click and hold it and then it is kind of tricky sometimes on I don't know if it has to do with cookies or browsers
where is that? I missed it.
Intellivision Collector. I've done that too when I'm going to buy a ROM or anything. Like it's really finicky to where you go to hit checkout, please, and then it just goes back to the what's in your basket, and you hear like checkout, and it goes back to the basket, and you're like, no, I want to pay you, and it's like, nope. And there's been times where
I'll be kicking around tonight. Message me. I'll think we'll get it taken care of.
Yeah, but that's it. You just got to maybe press or refresh is another thing you might have to do. But yeah, you'll get it, man. But yeah, if everybody is ready, if you guys want to fire up your setup or get ready, you don't have to. We're gonna do a little D2k game number 2 with Mario. And we're going to see how well we all do, doing it at the same time and see how far we get.
Okay, we're going same time.
Yeah, I figure that's the best thing.
Which one are we doing?
We're gonna do just right when it powers on. It's already set for that game. It's game 2. It should. We'll make sure everybody's ROM does the same.
Turn off our names there, Chuck, and then we won't.
Yeah. Let me get that off of there.
Or at least turn off the little subtitles there, and then the names will be smaller.
There we go. Here,
Perfect.
We got it. Let me.
All right, let me see if I can switch mine over.
Okay, so far it's working.
Switched it over and got out.
Uh-oh. That's all right. I'll get him back in.
Look at that bottom game there, DJC.
Is that Donkey Kong 3? What? No way. You guys always have all the cool stuff, man.
I think I took it back off mine. It's just a screen.
Oh, I gotta actually plug my cartridge in this right after.
There's a newer version, Pete.
Oh, is there now?
Are we doing game 1?
We are doing game 2, which is that starts with the blue screen. It's the new levels.
Oh, game 2. Okay.
Yeah, so game 2 with Mario.
I guess I could have looked right on everyone else's screen right in front of my face.
We're just gonna wait for Jeff to pop back in.
Make sure I'm watching the right screen here.
I wish Carl would make more
I better
games.
not be looking at. I'm gonna have to look at mine here.
We really need Carl to make more games.
Dude, tell me, just what an awesome game, man. Like, I had so much fun trying to beat these newer levels.
Chuck, he says he's backstage. Let him in.
I don't have him. He's not.
That's weird.
Well, now he is. He must have switched something. There you go.
Oh,
Nope, he popped back out again. Oh, here we go.
I don't know what's happening. I have my game on.
we can't see anything.
Yeah, I know.
Just go to settings and change your camera.
Change it to your capture card or whatever you're plugged into.
Yeah, it's on that. That's what's causing the problem. I don't know why it's not working. I have it on my screen.
Ashkin, yeah, that is one of my absolute favorite old school homebrews, and I do have the ROM because they had given it out for free. But like, I would love to find that complete in box. Like, that is my grail for homebrews right now.
I don't think I've ever played the new levels.
Oh, here we go. Whoops.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Why that?
When you went like that, he was on there with us three on the side. Then you go back to full screen, it's just us three.
Yeah, that was really. Oh, it's because it popped off. So I got that one.
Yeah, I can't switch it to
Well, I'm going
for some
to
reason.
remove you here. You had it to where it came up.
Yeah,
We
but
saw
that was
it.
me sharing a screen. And I think
Oh,
we
it
shared
was you were doing
it goes
screen
big.
share.
Yeah, I can't get my capture card to work. I don't know why. I do this all the time with Pete.
Yeah, it's weird. Normally, if you'll flip, it'll be on your.
Yeah. Why don't you guys just go ahead?
Well, we're started off. We'll let you. Okay, so when you guys are ready, I guess we're just hitting the side button, right?
Yep.
All right. Let me pop this overlay out of here. Okay, here we go. That's gonna sound really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, come on. I already died.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, that's even better.
All right, here we go. Oh. I got 100 points. Anyway.
Oh, man, I got the random fireball. Okay, he's back. Uh-oh.
Whoa!
No, he got to me.
I didn't even know they could bounce like that where you can't even jump over them.
Yeah, this one gets crazy, man. Oh, I got another random fireball on this side. Go
Oh.
back to the right side.
This doesn't make for fun playing when you can't even get past the first row.
Very difficult. Whoops.
And I've never played it before.
Oh, I got hit by that stupid fireball again. I know, it's great. Sometimes it's just like, it's kind of a random generation. So sometimes you'll get it to where it's super hard. And then sometimes, like right here, I'm super easy.
Wow.
BJC, were you practicing?
Oh, I've been playing this on stream a lot. But I died just a ton too. Oh, son of a poopity poop. I can't believe we've got to at least get past this screen, guys. We'll do one more with 5 guys right after this one.
Oh, yeah, this is hard enough to get going. Where are we going here? There we go.
I actually got through all the screens. It took me forever. Like, I had to learn them.
Oh.
There we go.
Who am I playing? I'm in a different game.
Would you start a different game?
I think so.
Game 1.
You should be on the orange screen second.
Oh, I got it. Couldn't get anywhere, then all of a sudden I just passed the whole level.
There he goes.
It's one of
Yeah.
those things when it goes right, it goes right. Hey, Jeff's up.
Yeah, I finally figured it out.
What's wrong, Ralph?
I gotta wait for these pies. Remember the Rock said, "Do you like pie?"
4,400.
4,400. That's a
My
oh,
first.
What's that dinging? That must have been me getting a really high score.
That's more than 7,600.
I got one guy left on this first round, man. I can't believe it.
Ralph's upset with me here.
Man, is he going to give me a break or what here?
Oh, come on.
There it is.
Drop one across at me.
There it is. Now this next one is not going to be great, man. Help me. Oh, okay, so this one was the one that took me the longest to figure out. Oh, he's going to do that? All right, I see how it is. Get out there. Get out of here. Get out of there. He's not listening to me. Wow. Okay, that was very random. I guess I'll just go take care of some stuff over here then.
10,000.
Oh,
No! Son of a...
Well, how do you get by those guys?
No! Oh, Oh my god, I was with the thing and it still killed me? Because I wasn't all the way in past the barrel. All right.
Yeah, this is hard from the get-go. When you're playing it for the first time, makes it even double.
Dang it! That's not what I wanted to do. I can't believe I died in the third level.
I can't see.
Oh!
So what do we got? We got 30. Okay, you guys are still going.
I died the first game at 44.
Oh, I got 10,800. We're doing a second? Okay, I'll start a second then.
Second, I'm on my fourth. I can see all of my men all of a sudden. I couldn't see any of the barrels before. Now I can see them again.
Oh. Well, it's going to be a lot easier to play when you could see stuff.
Well, yeah, I was guessing a few times and I guessed right, but I guessed wrong too, but it's all there now.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. When I first came back, I was playing the game.
I didn't hear you.
Hear you guys.
I disappeared.
Or no, I heard you say you figured it out, but that was about it. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Ah.
Okay, my Intellivision's freaking out.
Uh-oh.
It's just jumping by itself. I'm not even touching it.
Oh, no.
Damn
Auto
it.
jump.
So I think it's taking a crap.
4,900.
Yeah, my...
Chuck, you got the same score as me, and you can't even control your guy.
I see him coming for Pete's sake. The shoe is going up.
I don't think that's really my controller. I think the Intellivision's freaking. Hold on.
Holy smokes. Jeez.
Yeah, this one's hard. Even making the first jump.
Yes.
Yeah, I think my Intellivision's frying out right now.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I got through the first level.
Yep, it gave out. It's freaking out.
Are there 5 new levels here on this?
Oh, come on. Right through the blue.
Shoot.
Well, at least it lasted through one game, so that's good.
Enough to kick our butts combined.
I was gonna get to the final level. I wasn't sure about getting through that one, but because it's really hard. But
Oh, come on.
I died at the electricity level. Oh yeah, D2k is insane, man. It's
Wow.
really high difficulty.
Ugh.
These games have such great sound and great control. It's just, yeah, this second one is super difficult. Ooh, I like how Pete teased the barrel there,
Oh, then it wouldn't go up.
but then that one though.
Oh, no. I selected Tony by mistake. Is there any difference?
Yeah, I don't know what they are, but
Tony, I think can either jump or go up and down ladders with the
Someone's faster, jump, different. It's like, I remember that part, but I've never played these levels. I like them.
I knew there was a barrel coming, but it was invisible. It would just appear every couple inches.
quad box.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Oh, too late.
There
Oh,
he goes.
every time you put a comment up, it like makes the screen go smaller. I'm actually staring at this screen trying to play it.
Oh, you're playing through the StreamYard screen? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's just a little quarter screen there. If I use OBS and take it out,
Oh, Jeff jumped into the
Taking my
cement guy
camera back.
thing.
Oh, that was close, Pete.
Reset it, man.
Oh shoot!
Pete and Jeff are on the same level.
Stupid.
Oh no, Pete fell off the girder.
That's for being small. I'm sitting here leaning ahead of my computer here trying to see it. Nope.
It's too easy to fall on this first jump.
Oh yeah, because if you don't get you have to like go on most of those big jumps. You really just have to go right to the edge and jump at the last second, or it's not happening. Yes, Avatar, I agree. Like it's a very the way this and television has great sounds, man. Oh, and sorry, I was highlighting again.
Especially with these. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff just got past the cement. Oh,
Oh.
into the pie tin, which apparently is poison. But it does make you strive to keep playing to be better. Oh, that was a quick jump there.
I knew it was coming, but I
Grabbing
couldn't
that
see
extra point. Oh, can he do the jump? He does it just in time. And Casey clears it. Now you guys are all in the third level. Or in the, the second level.
I've got the first part of it down.
It's all the timing of the. Oh, you stubbed your toe on the pie.
Yep.
Jeff's about to get it.
No,
No, you got to jump to the right. Oh, I thought Jeff was going to beat you
I
guys
know.
right there.
I thought I had.
Wow.
Got all the way to the top.
Oh, that's enough for me.
That's just frustrating.
I guess we're leaning ahead.
Excuse me.
That's cool though. That's so much fun, that game.
That is a
Wow.
great game. Oh no.
All right, there you go.
Hey, come back. Okay, that's fine though, too.
Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Yeah, only did 10,300, which I've done better on some streams. I just haven't played it in a bit, but sometimes it's hard starting up. But luckily, I got through one game before like you saw. Did you see how it just kept jumping? Look, well, you guys were probably playing, but like all of a sudden, my Mario just kept going doink 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 doink. I'm like, okay, I'm not pressing anything. It's for. So there's something going on with probably the memory or something in my, because I don't think it's the power at this point, or it could be all related. I don't know.
I feel
I
your
wonder,
pain,
I
Chuck.
wonder if I take like because everything unplugs. I'm wondering if I could take the board out of a different Intellivision, like the main board with like all the computer chips and stuff. No, because the mod is literally soldered onto that. Yeah, I guess I'm not that smart to do that. Darn
You
it.
buy television repair kits. I don't remember. I can't remember what the website is. I come across it 5,000 times, and I still can't remember. I have to go looking for it every time. But where you buy the entire replacement capacitors and everything.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if like I said, I'll do like a crappy, like a shoddy solder job. I mean, not saying I would do it bad, but I mean it would look bad, but you're not going to see it, right?
As long as it works.
Yeah, as long as it's soldered solid, it's solid on everything. But I wouldn't know what to. I'm wondering if it's capacitors that are doing that. Because don't they all say like it's the capacitors that are giving out? But that wouldn't do.
They get old.
But to me, I think, and like I'm no genius, unless someone in here is probably Michael Hayes, probably the closest to probably know like what that's all about. But like what? Let me pop our names on there. But what makes like the game malfunction? And I know it's not the game. I know it's not the controllers because they work fine. But like to where the point where it's making the controls malfunction and do their own thing. To me, that's more of a memory or something like a memory chip or something to do with the main board in there. I don't think it has anything to do with power because the fan is staying at the right power. Everything seems to turn on since I opened it up and kind of, I don't know, pressed everything together. It seems to be running normal. Nothing shutting off or lowering. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess but worst case, I can send it out, to that place. I'll have to get that info. But like, just I want to do that. Maybe just have them look and say, this is what's been happening, man. It's just really weird. Yeah, maybe if it's something like caps, then I'll have it recapped. But that sounds more like a main memory chip or something that's not like after it heats up for so long, which at this point is literally not even 10 minutes. It started just messing up, which sucks. Until then, I may have to, if I want to play any type of homebrews, I may have to literally get my VCR setup going and pull out one of my other 2609s and hope for the best. Oh, here we go. AnyLab. Probably the internal controller connectors are getting overheated, causing faulty controller input. But it's literally got a cooling fan inside, which no Intellivision has. Like, and it keeps getting worse. Like, it was doing it after an hour, then it was 30 minutes, then it was 15 minutes. Now it seems to be 5-10 minutes. Savage says sounds like overheating. Oh, yeah. You're more of a programmer, not an electrical guy, huh? Man. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Anyways, guys, you guys did good. So who got in second then? What? So you did, Casey?
Very frustrated second.
It's one that game, like, once I went, because I was like, I need to beat this, at least get through all the new boards, and they were hard. And the one I couldn't figure, it took me the longest to figure out, was that electricity level, because I could have went online and figured it out, but like I didn't want to know. I just wanted to try to figure out on my own. And it was really, really cool. Once I figured out, oh, you got to stop all that electricity from going, because that comes out of the top, and you can't go over to the top to jump over to get to Pauline, because the torches are just like, it says it looks like electricity balls, but I guess it's gas. I don't know.
I didn't even get far enough to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you'll get there. Don't worry, you'll get there, kid. I'm just kidding. What's up, you guys? Lots of time watching you stream play. Oh, yesterday doing the arcade stuff. Yeah, I was just kind of bored. I was playing the arcade version of Ninja Batman, Baseball Batman.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty cool game.
It is the weirdest game I've ever played. Like, I remember it was on the PC Engine, but I never, like, I don't, if I played it for a second, but like, this was the actual arcade version, and I'd never, like, it's so weird. It reminded me of a cross between like Looney Tunes and Star Parodier, and like, I don't even know, man. Like, in just like a weird Japanese game, like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was just a very weird, and Cuphead, almost like a Cuphead, but like 16-bit style or arcade graphic style. It's just really weird. Yeah, it was a very, very, very weird game. But
now you got me wanting to play that D2K.
What's that?
Now I want to play D2K.
It makes you want to play. So that's what I did. So the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, I started streaming it again, and I was like, I finally did a dedicated stream. I'm like, I am going to beat this and get to the final level, and I finally did. It makes you, it strives, because it's so hard. It makes you want to beat it. Like you'll be on a mission to beat that or get a super high score.
Have you played those levels before, Pete and Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten to the final level, but I've never beaten the final level.
What game on the next one? I don't know. Oh man, I'd love.
There's a question for you.
I know. I'm thinking.
Your favorite retro game? Favorite retro game of all time? Just pick one. Ouch.
That's hard.
Privateer for the PC.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my favorite game of all time. I would say Privateer.
That's
I
the
don't know
first
that I've
time
played
I've
that.
heard you say that, Pete. I had no idea.
Yeah, that is my absolute favorite game. I would say of all time. Spent a lot of time playing it back in the early '90s. If I could go back, I could only have one game. I could play that game quite a bit.
I don't even think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's a Wing Commander game. It's a Wing Commander offshoot.
Oh, okay.
So that is my yeah. It's space. It's with the Kilrathi, and it's yeah, I love it.
I would love to learn more on Wing Commander because I had Wing Commander 3 and I was trying to learn it. I just wanted to learn the basics, and it was so hard for me to. So I finally got into battle, beat a battle, tried to get this is Wing Commander 3 for 3DO, tried to get my ship to dock back into the main, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it. I just kept flying around until I just finally attacked my own ship and got blown to bits. Like I just couldn't figure it out.
Privateer came out the year I graduated high school 30 years ago.
Yeah. Privateer and I loved Wing Commander 3 and 4. Beat both of those and played a lot of Prophecy, but never did beat that one. But beat 3 and 4. And Privateer has the regular one, then has a supplementary one called Righteous Fire. We've beaten both of those, but that was always a story. It was Wing Commander 3 with the FMV, and of course Mark Hamill and Ginger Lynn and all the different actors. Tom, the guy who is Tom Wilson's his name. He's Biff and
Back to the Future. Yeah.
So
he was in that. You're right. Yeah, I remember the little cut videos. He's in there.
And that was my brother-in-law was right into it. Then he had gotten a PC, and he went out to, of course. You go to Bangor, which is 100 miles away, and he come back with a game. And after he came back with his game, he had to do $1,100 worth of upgrades to his PC in order to be able to play it.
TurboGrafx Mini right there. The retro console. That's what. I'm sorry, Chris was asking what a plug and play retro console. If you're like looking for I have like a Kinhank, which they're awful. I'm not. I shouldn't say they're awful. I guess it depends on the type you got. I got the cheap one. If you're looking to play 8-bit like NES, 16-bit like Sega Genesis, stuff like that, Super Nintendo, your 8 and 16-bit stuff, I'd say you could get like a Kinhank Console X or whatever. That's kind of what I use. If you're trying to do stuff like Atari, ColecoVision, and Intellivision, I would probably get a Raspberry Pi with like the JZIN TV. Or like a higher end Raspberry Pi with loaded. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't know how to load stuff other than like my LTO I learned to do, but that's if you want to play everything. TurboGrafx Mini is another one that's great. Obviously the NES, the mini console, all the main mini consoles, even the Intellivision Flashback. If you want to play like most of the original games, they're fun too because you got the original keypad. But anyways, we're going to take off because D2k just what was too much for my Intellivision and the rest of us apparently.
Run it right out.
And we'll figure out something for next week or the next show. We'll see. We're going to come up with something together. I know we used to throw a vote up on there, but I think we're going to change things up a little bit. But Pete, what do you got coming up? I know you got a lot of stuff coming up.
Okay, I got so many videos. I'm working on pickup videos still for PRGE, which I'm gonna have 3 or 4. I've got 3 or 4 videos coming from this new I'll call it the IntelliVoice anthology that's coming out next year. I've got another one coming a Nintendo game that you've probably never ever heard of, and it's going to be out in the next couple days.
Ooh.
I'm gonna keep plugging away just in the meantime while I'm working on other things. Drive out of OGOG on some of the newer homebrews from PRGE. I released one a couple hours ago now, Traffic Jam, and then I had the one with Brian Puddin last week that was Rags to Riches. Was really neat because I didn't realize how in depth that game was as well. It was fun to do that with Brian cool. And learn about that game because I had played it a few times, but I had read the manual and it didn't mean as much to me then as it does now, right? So there's a lot of great games. So really looking forward to stuff like that, and who knows what the blaze else. I also have one coming for the Intellivision collector sometime soon. And I got to do another Atari 2600 Plus video soon. And
ooh.
I don't know.
Is that literally out now? Is the Atari 2600 Plus actually out for sale now? Or are they
it's supposed to be the 17th, I believe.
Oh, okay, because I keep seeing it's like get it now, and I'm like, oh, I didn't go back. Like I pre-ordered the 2 new games, the Mr. Run and Jump and the
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Was it the Berserk Enhanced or
Berserk, yeah.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
That's the only one. So I ordered the 2 cartridges, which to be honest, I'll most likely keep sealed.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I am gonna probably get the plus, to be honest, because like it comes with that. Doesn't it come with like the 60 game or 100 game cartridge or something?
It comes with a full 40.
Okay, but still, that's cool because that's something I can put out at like.
There's 10 games, and the paddle comes with four games, and it's dip switches on the back. Is how they do it. Yeah. Right, it's kind of neat. They do work well. The dip switches are easy enough to read. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night too because I do my 1 stream a week, and I'll do it on Tuesday nights. I think tomorrow night will just be chat picks. I won't have a vote. I won't have anything. Just throw it at me. We'll see if we can play it.
That's awesome, Jeff. What you got coming up on the GoGameGo channel?
Today I put out a video for Berserk Recharged. That's out there right now. Tomorrow I have a Pico 8 game. It's a recreation of Mappy, the old arcade game. That's coming out tomorrow. And then Wednesdays are open chat. And Thursday, I'm not sure what I'm streaming yet. And I should actually have another video coming out because there's a game called Colored Effects on the Switch. It's a puzzle platformer. And I'm going to try and get that out for Friday. So busy week.
Intellivision Gamer, what you got coming up?
Well, I still have everything on my list from last week. My family was sick and I wasn't sleeping, and then they started all getting better. Then I got it and I'm still not sleeping. I took cough syrup just so I could talk long enough for this. I keep muting every once in a while to cough, but as soon as I don't have that, I'm going to catch up on everything in here. I've got a lot to do. Pickups, head-to-heads with Intellivision Dude. I got to get past that before anything else. I want to play. There's a lot of games out on other things that I want to play, not even video related. The new Berserk. My son and I have been playing that.
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, like I saw a lot of people playing the Berserk. Chris asked, did you guys see the new Ghostbusters trailer? I did. I thought I'm excited, and everybody's losing their minds over those red Ghostbuster jackets. Like they're trying to buy them, and they're finding out that they're these part red parkas, but they're like a $2,000 jacket. I was like, you might want to find something that looks sort of similar. But yeah. As far as Frozen Empire, kind of a weird angle, but at least it's original and it's something brand new. So I'm down, and Paul Rudd looks like he's going to be hilarious again. So that's, and the whole cast, including Murray's back again. So I was like, maybe I have a feeling though that they're going to kill Murray off on this one. I just look, because that's just how he is, and I think he's going to want that to happen, and that might have been the stipulation. You never know. Did you guys see that trailer or like it at all?
Yet.
Most I saw about it was your reaction video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't normally do like movie, like every once in a while. Like I saw like John Wick 4, I did one, and then Frozen Empire is like, I'm gonna react to this trailer because I just have to. Okay, we'll do a couple more before we end it here. Papa B, do you prefer the Atari 800 or the Commodore 64?
I will answer that out loud because I was just typing in an answer. That's what I was gonna say. So I don't have a preference between the two because I find them different, but I find them I love them both, and I have quite a history with both of them. But what I will say is this: the Atari 2600 I played first, obviously, because it was many years before, and that was my first system as a kid, and I still play it a lot today. And unfortunately, I don't play a whole lot of Commodore 64 today because I have a system. I don't even know if it's tested. Like I got it 6 or 7 years ago now. I can't see myself digging it back out to play the games that are on it, but I played it a ton through university. We had one before the PC, in the late 80s, and we played tons of games on it, and I love all the games, and I love the beachheads and stuff, and I love being able to play them on the systems I can still play today. So there's just a difference there, right? There's things about the Commodore 64 which I absolutely love, and it was so much more complex and detailed than anything you're ever going to find on the Atari. But the Atari is more accessible to me as well. So I'm not going to say I like one more than the other. I'm just going to say that right now I play more Atari because that's just the way it is. But I would love to play lots more Commodore 64 as well. So
and there's there's a vast amount of games for the Commodore 64. Like so many, like almost everything ever made was on Commodore.
Yeah, 100%, 15,000 games or something like that.
Pete, do you have the mini?
Do
you have the mini C64 mini?
I do. You know, and
you can add ROMs to that, right?
You can dump ROMs on.
Yeah.
But you can't use a keyboard, right? It's still not the full-fledged C64 experience to me. Now, mind you, go ahead, Casey.
There's two of those, right? There's a mini and there's a bigger one that has the keyboard.
The bigger one. The bigger one is much more uncommon. But I just have never gotten it because I got two minis because I bought one for 100 and then I saw one on sale for 50. And I said, well, for 50, I'm going to get that too. And they're both still, and I haven't used either one of those. So I'm not going to invest 150, 200 into a large one for now.
I do that kind of stuff now and then, Pete. Buy stuff and let it sit.
We never do that. I know, but at least I have a little bit more reserve than you do, Casey, on that.
That's true. I only go crazy on Intellivision.
Yeah, well, that's fair. But, you know, I love the C64, man. I love it, but it's like
Samantha Fox Stripper.
My time, there you go. My time is friggin' used up just playing all these great Intellivision games and stuff now, too. So
that's pretty much what I've funneled my very limited amount of funds I can spend is all towards my Intellivision homebrews, like in Intellivision stuff. Like reality, honest, I could probably get rid of everything back here because it just sits there. I pretty much emulate the stuff I have, so it's like I that's the things that I absolutely love to collect physical are going to be the Intellivision stuff. As far as wrestling, I forgot, was it Texas Troy? Yeah, no, I watch wrestling. I'm an AEW fan, but was Crown Jewel this past weekend?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it was a couple weeks ago?
Not this past, but the one before.
Well, that shows how much I'm caught up on Raw. I watch a little more AEW, but yeah, I wanted to see how Sean and them did coming out of retirement, but it's not the first time they've kind of done that, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to play more C64. There was a video out on setting it up for your launch box, which I tried already to get Commodore 64 in my launch box, and it wasn't really there yet to work very well. But there's a new video out from ETA Prime or from Launchbox, Unbroken Software, I think it's called, about getting your C64 working. So I've got a bunch. There's a game called Forbidden Forest I just want to play, and all you need is a stupid joystick. It's a simple little game, but I'd love to play it again someday somehow.
I got some stuff coming up so my buddy's dad that passed away. He was a big computer guy, had almost every computer, and I think at some point worked or programmed or did something. Anyways, he always had computers his whole life. And he gave me two in box. One's a TRS-80, like brand new condition. Another one is another Tandy or Radio Shack something model, but I have two unboxings I'm going to have to show of you guys soon. It's these two classic computers, and then I'm going to have to start getting some games and kind of showing off some stuff because obviously they work because they're brand new. I just got to figure out a way to like connect them. I have to look at how that is possible. I remember having a Tandy computer that I got like secondhand, and I had Dungeons of Daggerath, which is kind of a vector kind of looking first-person dungeon crawler. Really weird game, but yeah, man, it's insane. I have him sitting upstairs. He's dropped them up. He's like, "You gonna take these and do a show on them?" I was like, "All right, yeah, I just gotta catch up on everything else." But yeah, a lot more videos coming, as well as I believe, don't quote me yet, but look for over on the Rumble channel. I'm doing Super Basement Brothers with Panda Sub 2000 on his channel. It should be this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, which will be pretty awesome. But yeah, so we're gonna get going. Okay, we'll do this last question. Casey, worst and best Intellivision game.
Man, I just responded. I can't pick one. I guess I would have to say baseball, the original baseball, if I had to pick one.
Yeah.
I played it. That was one of the first games. Been playing it my whole life. Worst games, man. There's games I don't know how to play, like some of the voice games, Vectron, but I can't fault them for me not knowing how to play them. I really need to look at a list when I do this kind of stuff. But one thing, remember last week we were talking about Up Monsters and we were looking on eBay? Sorry, my voice.
Yeah, that weird like plastic clamshell one. No,
I got it.
That's so cool.
So it has like a foam piece. I've just opened it right now. I figured it'd be good since we saw it. I bought it last week on the show.
Yeah, you did live.
A little, I call it a variant, I guess. It's its own manual. It looks like its own label too. I'd have to look, but it's definitely a unique clamshell, and that's from Tim Duarte. He does a lot of
Genesis.
I didn't know you stuck me there bigger on the screen.
That's right.
Here's the manual. It's just like a card folded.
Yeah.
It's like a CD case that's been
yeah.
But you can see it's how he does all his Odyssey games, the Odyssey homebrew games. It looks almost identical.
Yeah, that is really cool, man.
So I saw that unique thing. I'm like, I gotta grab that. I wonder how many of those were made.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I never seen it. I just thought it was something.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
awesome.
glad you saw that.
So just remember, if you want to make some money, take a copy of Sea Battle, get an old copy, like a double DVD case of Star Trek or something, rip the guts out of it, put it in there with a piece of foam, print up a manual, and sell it to Casey for $70 as a variant.
This is different, and it's not a home. It's someone that does them.
That's cool. It really is neat, and it's Up Monsters too, which is worth it to begin with.
Well, I'm going to take my full album, separate it into half songs, and each half song will have a variant cover. I'm just kidding, Casey.
I do
want to do 45s with different covers, though, like to have each song on a 45.
Is it an actual Up Monsters original cartridge, Casey?
What'd you say?
Is it an Up Monsters cartridge?
I don't know. I've never taken my Up Monsters out, but it's inserts a line. I don't know if that's the.
Looks it.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Here's the original.
Oh no, he just took down the value. Oh, that sucks.
It's not sealed.
I'm just kidding.
It's the same cart.
There you go. There you go. He had a cart.
Oh, you know what? It's not the. It's almost. It looks like it might be the same manual, but this is printed on different card stock. Overlays.
Cool.
There were no overlays in Tim's unless they're under there.
Oh, maybe they're in the. Oh, that's right. It's not manual. I thought I was gonna say usually they'll throw them in the manual.
And this is one of the Up Monsters is one of those boxes where there's nothing inside it, at least mine. It's just a completely hollow box.
Oh, so everything just kind of
yeah
goes around inside. Well, anyways, thanks everyone. We are getting out of here. We're at an hour and a half. What a good show. I like the discussion shows. I think by seeing the people that came in here, I think they enjoyed as well. We'll do some live challenges next week on something. Hopefully I have something that's running. And I really appreciate everyone watching. Please subscribe to Papa Pete, GoGameGo, the Intellivision Gamer. And if you really, really want, what am I, the Spice Girls? Hit or Ace of Base or whatever that is, hit subscribe down below. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye, everyone.